Alright everyone, welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to cover the results we were able to achieve for Elko Roofing. Elko Roofing is a roofing company in Montreal. We were able to get them, for the same time period, just 1 year after. So this is a 7-month period analysis. Basically August 30th, 2023 to March 30th, 2024. Same period, just 1 year after. So August 30th, 2024 to March 30th, 2025. We're able to increase the amount of visitors that we're getting to the website by 328%. So going from 397 to 1,700. Then in terms of the leads that we're getting, so the amount of leads that we're receiving, there's the calls and then there's the forms. The forms was more indicative of if they were going to get a deal closed. In the case for them, we were able to almost triple. So 2.94x same increase pretty much as in terms of the visitors to site. So went from 17 leads by form to 50. I would say 50 to 87 just because it depends how you measure it and where it's attributed, because we did start doing ads for them. But 50, I can assure that it was without advertising. So this is without advertising. This is just optimizing, well, basically the whole funnel. So if I'm to go show you guys here, this is the whole funnel here, every single aspect of it. And we've applied most of these strategies for Elko Roofing. So this video I'm going to cover basically what we did, how we did it, and how it could potentially be done for your business by yourself, or even if you hire us as an agency. I'm going to cover this more in depth in this video. So in terms of the other results, in terms of the other contacts, they were also able to increase the amount of contacts that we're getting by calls and emails. The thing is it's difficult to attribute exactly what percentage increase we were able to improve for them because they weren't tracking it before. The leads they were, but not the calls and emails, so difficult to say. But in any case, if you were to assume the same rate of improvement, this is what it could look like if we were to make assumptions. Now, this is not factual information, so I can't really claim this. And in any case, for any of these results, we could claim a certain amount in the sense that we've done certain, as soon as we started working them, we could see a spike in visitors to site and leads and so on and so forth. But there's some factors we can't take into our own as being ours. Like something like seasonality changes, or maybe the interest rates are lower this year, interest is lower that year. These are factors that could affect basically the scalability of the business. Every year a business tends to get better, so some of it might be attributed to that. But in any case, the results are so significant in the case of Elko Roofing that we're able to say that at least we had some impact. And so in terms of the other contacts, again, a little bit difficult to say how much we did. And the other thing that's difficult as well is that maybe people contacted them, so maybe people called them, but did not press the buttons on their website. So we were tracking the buttons on the website. And so this is what we tracked, 50 calls and 25 emails, which seems like a round number, which it just so happens to be. But in terms of actual calls that they got, we don't know the exact numbers there. In any case, this is going to be the most accurate form of measurement here. Now, for Elko Roofing, what we did basically, if I'm to do the gist of it, and by the way, these are the results for the first month when we worked with them. So they had 79 visitors per month back then. We were able to increase it to 244. And then you see all the improvements here. So if ever you want to pause and check these out, these are going to be the stats from Wix. We also have, so let's say the rating that they had before, the speed now that they have on their website, the 1.1 second loading speed, and so on and so forth. Now, what we did for Elko Roofing, which was a little bit different than the other case studies that we're going to talk about in this channel, which maybe in the future we'll be able to do more. But in any case, we did their Google My Business. So we optimized the Google My Business. We claimed it. We're able to get more reviews to it. We're able to get better pictures, better images, more descriptions, more information on it. That led to them ranking higher on Google My Business. Then we're able to improve their website. So we've optimized the website going from this to going from this to this. Basically adding more information, adding more context, being a longer website, adding more pages to it. We basically went from I believe it was a 6-page website to a 200-page website, or 186-page website. In any case, real transition into a bigger website. And the reason we did this is to really increase the likelihood that they show up for certain search terms they were trying to rank for. So in the case of Elko Roofing, the roofing companies, so they're trying to rank for commercial roofing, residential roofing, flat roof, shingle roof. So we basically create a page dedicated to all those keywords, and we're able to rank those, and some of them more, some of them less. In any case, that was the main reason we're able to achieve the results we were able to achieve. Now, in terms of the rest, we did some other miscellaneous optimizations. Now, sensitive information is going to be blurred out, but this was their Instagram profile before. This is after we were able to optimize it and just add some highlights, add some more information, some icons that increase the likelihood that if people see their Instagram, they're actually going to end up contacting them. Same thing we actually created them a LinkedIn profile, Facebook profile we optimized, as well as their Twitter, TikTok even, and so on. So if you were to look at all the work we performed, we basically did front-end SEO, so we optimized the SEO of the front end. We did back-end SEO, we optimized the design of the website, we optimized the structure, the speed of the website, and then all the other things here. So we created a profile for them on all the directories. We created profiles on all the review sites and optimized those, on the maps, on the socials, as well as we posted some content, some generic content on every single one of these social media. So this is the gist of what we did for Elko Roofing. There's some little minute details here and there that we did as well, but this is I would say 95% of what we believe had the impact in terms of the results that they received. So if I'm to say, if you were to apply these tricks to your own business, what would be the highest ROI activity? I would say number one would be having the website optimized. So one thing that we noticed is that the website they had before was loading a little bit slower than what it could be. The information wasn't structured in a way that could lead people to be more engaged with and spend more time on the website and potentially higher the likelihood that they call. So we're able to optimize the website in that sense, in terms of the design. So basically engaging the customer more, increase the likelihood that they actually end up contacting them. And then we also improved the structure of the website. So the design aspects in terms of psychological aspects and emotive aspects of the website, structure in terms of structuring the information in the most concise way, or the most highest priority to least priority way, basically giving the best information to the visitor from top to bottom, and also including more information. And then we're also able to increase the amount of pages by 200, or almost 200. So the reason we did the 200, I went over it a little bit quicker before, but the main gist of it is that every single thing that people search up on Google, so if somebody's searching up roofing Montreal, if you have a page dedicated to roofing Montreal, meaning your URL is roofing Montreal, your title tag is roofing Montreal, your meta description mentions it, your H1, H2 tags on your website mentions it, the content on your website constantly has those keywords. You have even backlinks linking to that. Your internal links have that keyword within it. That's going to really increase the likelihood that Google is going to take that page and is going to put it up there for that keyword. And so if you can imagine your business as having, let's say, 10 services, well, you could create a page for every single one of those services and then promote those. If you want to go a step further, which basically, by the way, you could do 10,000 pages if you want, but most realistically for service businesses, especially local ones, the more you do, the less they have an effect. So the first 10 have the most effect, the next 10 have a little bit less effect, the next 10 a little bit less, and so on and so forth. So it's diminishing returns for the amount of pages you create. But in theory, you could create 10,000, 100,000 pages if you want. Realistically, if you're hiring out an agency, you're doing it yourself, it becomes too heavy to create too many pages, and you might get some issues with that as well. In any case, what you can do, what we recommend you do in the most case for your service business, is you create those pages for your services. Then you also create those pages for your locations. So if you offer your services in these major areas, these cities, these sub-cities, you basically want to create a page dedicated to all of them with the main keyword that people might use. And so if you're a roofing company, people might say roofer XYZ city. And so if you're in Montreal, you say you have a page dedicated to roofers Montreal. Then you have one roofers Laval, roofers Brossard, roofers, so every single city you have, you dedicate that page to it. Now, one thing you can do, which I would recommend as well, is that you basically have a page of each service. You have 10 services, let's say, your main services, and you have your 10 main locations. Well, what you can do is you have a service. Every service has its own 10 location pages. Meaning, if service A, you have your service A, service B, service C. I'm going to give examples, it's going to be easier. So service A is roofing, flat roof. Service B is shingle roofing, and service C is going to be commercial roofing. Well, you want to have a flat roofing page, a flat roofing Montreal, flat roofing Laval, flat roofing every single city you have. Then for residential, you want to have residential roofing Montreal, residential roofing Brossard, residential roofing Laval, and so on and so forth. Same thing for your commercial. So you basically have a mix and match of those. That's probably going to tend to leave you the highest ROI in terms of search engine rankings. Now, there's other ways to do extra pages like blog pages, article pages, less directly targeted pages. I would recommend for most service businesses, especially local ones, you want to just really push your service pages. That's going to be the main ones you want to do. Even your sub-services. So even if your service your main service might be roofing, but within it you have flat roofing. Then within flat roofing you have commercial flat roofing, you have residential flat roofing. Then within commercial you might have industrial, and then you have institutional. And so you could really, the arc tree could really go down, and you could really find ways to optimize yourself in all these ways. So number one recommendation would be that if you were to do this yourself or hire it out an agency. Number two would be, well, they're going to be tied because depending on what you're doing here, but Google My Business. Google My Business is probably the strongest asset you have as a local service business. So if I am to go back up here and show you the whole gist of your business, or the whole funnel of your business, your Google My Business is connected to basically everything you do. So it's a review site. It helps for search engine results. It helps you rank higher on search engines. It's a map, so people might search you on the maps. It's also a directory, so if people are looking for businesses, they look for you there. So it's tied to everything, as well as it leads to your website. And maybe people looking at your website, they're going to go check out your reviews, so you're going to check out your online reputation, which is mostly going to be posted on Google My Business. And so it's connected to basically every single part of your funnel, every single part of your business. And so optimizing it is going to be one of the top priorities, especially if it's poorly optimized. And what can you do to optimize it? Well, there's a bunch of things in terms of the actual content on the Google My Business page. That's going to be your images, your title, your description, your reviews, your locations, Google products, and so on and so forth. I would say all of these, if you could set them up once, they're going to be kind of a set once and forget it, except for maybe images and videos that you want to keep posting maybe every week to keep showing people that you're alive and you're engaged with them, basically. But what you can do is that the reviews, you basically have as many reviews as possible. The more reviews you have, the better it is. You have 10,000 reviews is better than 1,000. 1,000 is better than 100. 100 is better than 10. Obviously, there's kind of this psychological trick happening that if you have 95 reviews, you're a lot better off having 100 reviews, just because visually people see 100 as being a bigger number, and it tends to increase the conversion rate. In any case, push for as many reviews as you can. We have videos covering that on how to get more reviews, better quality reviews, and so on. So if you're ever interested in that, you can check it out on the YouTube channel. Basically, click on the profile here, and it'll lead you to the YouTube channel. Check all our other videos. But in the case for Elko Roofing, we're able to claim the Google My Business. So they hadn't claimed it, basically didn't have control over it. So we're able to have control over it, add all the information necessary, start on review asking emails. So basically ask all their old clients for reviews. If you do this and maybe you have 100 clients, 1,000 clients, and you have all their emails, you could expect, I would believe, something around 10 to 15% responses in terms of actual reviews. So 10 to 15 of them, if they never left your review, are most likely going to leave you one. And so if you're really trying to boost your reviews, this is the best way to do it. Just contact all your old clients, and then you can have some automation set so that your new clients, you get some reviews there. Then some miscellaneous tricks we talk about in other videos, but in this video is just going to be an overview of what we did for Elko. So this is pretty much what we did for Elko. These are going to be the main aspects you might want to consider for your business. There's many other things you could do, many other things we will do in the future with Elko. We might optimize their sales cycle. We're doing currently the Google Ads, so there's that too. In any case, there's a bunch of different aspects to it, but if you have the foundation set correctly, you're setting yourself up for a lot of potentiality. And then after that, you could use online advertising as a fuel, as a extra fire to the fire you're already building. So that being said, if ever you want to work with us, Vizions Digital, my name is Alex, I'm the founder. If ever you want to work with us, you could just book a call. It's going to be in the description below, or if you're watching this on your YouTube, on our website, you could just click on the link within the website. You could book a call. On the call, if you give us all the information about your business, we'll be able to analyze it a little bit and see what we could see as being the most, where you're lacking most basically in your business, and where we could basically fill those spots. In terms of what we do like what we said for Elko Roofing, but it also depends on the type of business you are, the type of industry you're in, and so depending, we're going to adapt our strategy to you, basically mold it perfectly to your business, especially if your business doing over $1 million a year, and I would even say $4 million a year. There's a lot of room for individualization and basically optimizing it for your business's success. Now, if you're under $1 million a year, we also offer lower ticket services, maybe optimizations of your website, basic Google My Business optimization, so on, to actually get you some more leads. But in any case, we offer both. So if you're interested, if you're a lower revenue business, you could also contact us. We'd be more than happy to help. And if you're a higher revenue business and you're looking for an overall solution to your marketing problems, this might be an option for you. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. And if ever you want more case studies, we have some more down here. I'm going to cover these videos as well. On the website, you'll be able to see those. And if you go to your YouTube channel, they're going to be also there. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.